everybody. How are you? I hope you are doing good. I have a burden in my heart and I desperately need somebody to share with me. And the burden is about the future of our nations. Any nation, wherever you are, where you are watching. I'm talking about that nation. I'm talking about the youth of this nation. I just read recently about a woman with 8 children that was gunned down by a 16-year-old teenager. The driver of the car was a 19-year-old. And not too long ago, there were about 5 teenagers that ganged up and killed another teenager, a teenager that had a future. And it's not about, say, maybe poor parents, poor upbringing, or no. These 5 teenagers were children of very, very well-to-do people in the society. So, what is happening? It's like we have failed these youths. You see, the generation that are 70, 80 years old right now, they did a fairly good job. They took care of you and I. They gave us their time. They didn't just educate us academically, they educated us spiritually. They made sure that we were grounded in God. What are we doing with these youths? The people, the age range of 40s and 50s and 30s, they ain't got no time for their children. We just allow them to take care of themselves. If they are not involved with internet fraud, they are doing drugs, or they are being used as paid killers by the politicians in our society. We just don't have time for these children. So they are making time out for themselves. We're complaining about the politicians right now. What is going to happen in another 30 years, in another 20 years, when this generation are supposed to be taking over the nations? What do you think is going to happen? I think we better wake up. And I want to share a story from Luke chapter 15. It's known as the story of the prodigal son. But I kind of want to look at it from the father's angle. You see, the child went out for whatever reason. He wanted to be on his own. Just like, right now, when the children are going to say, no, I'm not a baby anymore, Mom. They want to do that. But you see, the father did a good thing. He didn't give up on the child. I want you to picture the father always standing at the door, looking at the road, expecting that the child is going to come back. And when the door is closed, when it's late in the night, he's standing at the window, looking through, still gazing at the door. You know what he was doing? I'll tell you. He was firing arrows of prayer, praying that that boy will come to his senses. Don't tell me it was the hardship that brought the boy to his senses. Do you know how many people, how many of these children are out there, even though they are in deep trouble, but they prefer to still stay outside because they don't know what else to do. They don't believe that there is hope. They don't believe that there is anything better. They don't believe that they are going to get anything better at home. We keep blaming the children. We keep blaming the government. The government ain't going to do everything. The government are playing this youth like a game of chess. What about you, the parent? Okay, thank God for you. Your children are not on the street. But do you know that your child that is a good child is in this society with those children? The woman that was gone down was confronting these boys, telling them, don't sell drugs to my children no more. So she was protecting her children. If we don't start praying for these children to come back to God, while praying for the government to have a program for them, we are endangering the lives of our own children because they live in the same society. Let's wake up. The man that I'm talking about in the Bible, he kept looking and looking, looking and looking, looking and looking. And when eventually he saw that boy coming, let me read a little portion. He rose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. So the father didn't just say, he didn't give up on him. So now, it doesn't matter if they are your children. Let's begin to pray for this youth. Let's pray that they will encounter God. Let's pray that they will come back home. They will come back to God. And I'm not talking about them physically leaving home. That child could be right under your nose and it's not there. Let's pray for them. Please, let's pray for them. You know, when you pray for these children, you are indirectly praying for the safety of your own child. 5 minutes every day, anywhere, anytime. Let's do this. God bless you, and you have a wonderful week. Thank you for sharing this burden with me.